I'm excited.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kim. I'm on the patio with Kim, and today's company is DJ Ironmonkey. What's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, great. I won't complain. So, where you at these days? What's up with you?
Where I'm at right now, I'm here in Providence, holding it down. I just got back from New York,
That's
from
what's
over
up.
the weekend, and just living life and enjoying everything.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. So, what brought you up to New York? You know, I'm nosy, so I'm gonna ask.
all right, so I'm a transport, transplant, as they might say. I came up to Rhode Island very young. Like I was born in Brooklyn, and ironically, like before I was a month old, my family moved down to Trinidad with me. And during that time, 79, back in 1979, Trinidad didn't have the cleanest water. As a little kid, somehow I got into some water, I got into a coma, I got sick. Um, I was in a coma for a couple of years. Oh, well, not years, I shouldn't say, a couple of months. And
Oh, I
then
was gonna say,
as
woo.
soon as I got well, like my family moved back to New York, came back to the United States, and then we had some family that was living up here in Rhode Island, and they got my mother and my father a job, like my mother a job at Blue Cross and my father a job at Bradford Soap Factory out in Warwick. So we moved up here to the east side, and that's how I came up here to Rhode Island. Like I've been here ever since, but during the summers when I was younger, I
Mm,
always used my mother and father always used to take us to New York, and when we was younger, every other weekend we used to be in New York. So,
must be nice. Must be nice. Should have
well,
been
not
hanging out
like,
with y'all.
well, my one thing, like my mother and father, like they was on the scene. So, like, if it was like a reggae show, a soca show, a calypso show, anything with the steel pan, like we was in New York, and
I should have been with y'all.
yeah, it was different, but it was looking back, it's part of what makes me who I am now.
Right. Plus, it's part of your culture. I love me some soca. I don't think
Woo!
I ever heard any soca that was sad.
Hey man, shout out, big, much big shout outs to DJ Matic. Like that's my cousin. Like I grew up with his father, Uncle
Mm.
Mervin. Like uh, all of them, all the Dalrymples. Like I love them. Like they're family. So
Oh,
big
that's
shout out to
awesome.
the Rhode Island Soca King, DJ Matic.
Oh, hey, shout out to him. I don't know
Yeah.
who he is, but he must be
You.
something. Remember,
Oh yeah.
I flip flopped with where I lived, so I lived all over Providence. I didn't just live
Uh,
on the east side. I live on the south side, I live in West End. So I just read Providence.
But you know what though? Like being from New York, like I'm from like my family's Flatbush, Brooklyn, right? Being from Brooklyn and being from New York, and then coming to Rhode Island, and then people like, oh, South Side, East Side. I'm like, yo, if we cool, we cool.
Right.
So like, I never got caught up on any of the like East Side, South Side thing that was supposedly going on when I was younger. I was like, yo, if we cool, we cool.
Right.
And I mean, like Rhode Island's smaller than probably like Brooklyn and Queens put together.
Well, I can attest to the fact that Rhode Island is about the same size as the island of Okinawa, Japan. They actually
Ah,
briefed that when I was stationed over there. I was like, yo, look at Rhode Island. Get a little shout out.
yeah. No,
But
Rhode Island is a very nice place. Like I've started to learn to appreciate Rhode Island for what it is, especially Providence, and just the name Providence
mm,
and what it means by the you know um, definition. I was gonna say dictionary definition. So when you
all
look at
right.
the dictionary, like Providence, for me, I've had to learn that, and what it
Mm.
is. But yeah, man, like being from New York, like I used to struggle with Rhode Island.
See, I'm always telling people we like the mini New York. we got the mini United Nations.
Well, and that's the thing I like about Rhode Island is that you get a lot of cultures, and it's a really small hub because people in New York never met anybody from Cape Verde. They're like, "Yo, where's this Cape Verde?" I'm like,
That's
"Cape Verde,
funny.
come on now." Like here in Rhode Island, like I've learned, I've grew up with people from Cape Verde, from Laos, from the
Hmm.
Philippines, from England, from Germany. Like I've grew up with a lot of different cultures.
Right.
And my thing was is like, look, being from Trinidad and my family being from Trinidad and being from Brooklyn, like I just need to stand up and play my position. So when it comes to cultural things, at least I could be that bridge to them.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm Cape Verdean, but I'm mixed with a whole bunch of other stuff too. So,
Well, you bring spices to the table.
well, a little feisty, a little crazy,
Well,
whatever you want to call
well,
it.
yeah, yeah, but the thing is like culturally, it's like what we bring to the table culturally is I might bring curry because being from Trinidad, like Trinidad is curry. Growing
Mm,
up, people thought that being from Trinidad is like, oh, you're from Jamaica? No, no, I'm not from Jamaica. Like, and then you had to, educate them where Jamaica's more like jerk chicken and Trinidad's more curry chicken,
right.
or chicken curry. Like
No,
it's curry chicken,
curry
but
chicken.
we're not. Yeah, yeah. Calling it chicken curry, that's a whole nother gentrified thing. I'm not gonna get into.
No, see, I didn't grow up in the Cape Verdean community. It's funny because I was raised like in areas where there were a high population of Cape Verdeans, and I have found out later that some of them were family, but I wasn't raised in the community.
See, like growing up in Rhode Island, like I used to play sports, and that's the one thing, like one of the things that I loved, where it allowed me to meet other people from different cultures. And I used to play a lot of my little league in Fox Point. You get a lot of Portuguese in
They Cape
Fox Point,
Verdean.
Cape
They Cape
Verdean, and
Verdean.
no,
They Cape Verdean.
yeah, no, no, the Cape Verdeans are there, but there's a pocket of Portuguese as well.
Oh, I know. I'm just teasing because we always talking about how they claim.
Yeah, yeah, you got to rep your set. You got to rep your
Right.
set. So I understand that part. But the thing was is you get to see again different cultures and different mindsets, and yeah, Portuguese they might have a certain way towards other cultures, to be polite. But you
Oh,
know,
we ain't gotta be polite on this motherfucker.
well, no, no. Well, for me, it's like, okay, well,
Okay.
I understood that there was those people,
Uh,
but then there's the other ones that are willing to actually see you as a person,
right. Well, see,
rather
I've had
than
the others in my family, so that the darker you were, the less they wanted to know you.
oh no, no, I had those experiences too, but like my thing is like I'm not gonna let one bad apple ruin the batch. Know what I mean?
hmm See, all
Like
my
if you
exposure,
like if you want to be an asshole, that's you. That's not your culture.
right?
That's not your people. You're representing yourself right now as an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now,
That has nothing to do with your zodiac or you know your peoples. That's you. That's what you choose to be.
see, I excuse me,
Hmm.
Guadalupe and Dominica before Haiti and DR
Mm.
in my blood, plus Native American
Mm.
and all them different Europeans. So I got crazy on top of crazy on top of crazy.
Well, again, you can look at it as craziness, or it's just a spice that you bring.
Yeah.
It's a matter of perspective.
I'm muy caliente then.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, like a lot of people used to get us confused for New Yorkers. And it's like, okay, you don't know your history, and I'd be explaining, but until
Yeah.
I got to Virginia, I forgot that not everybody is learning the same stuff as we are in like
Yeah.
history and social studies and stuff. So when I got
Because
here and one of my children was in school, I was like, I don't know anything about Virginia. Why they asking you about Virginia? And then I was like, oh,
hey, Virginia's the state for
what
lovers.
in
That's what I
Virginia?
know.
Oh,
No, but Virginia's the state for lovers. That's what I know.
I guess if you're from Virginia, I ain't from
Well,
Virginia, so I wouldn't know.
well, I remember like one thing that I remember was is like my father he drove us from Rhode Island to Florida to give us the Disney experience, right? So going through Virginia, we got like my thing was is I want bumper stickers. My father's like, nah, I'm not putting that on the car. You can keep the sticker, but you're not putting that shit on the car.
Right.
Cool, cool, cool. It's a compromise. But I remember it was a bumper sticker. Virginia is for lovers.
They
That's what
still
I
have
know.
that motto. They got little like big old I guess you
Oh,
want to say signs, but they're like actual physical letters just
mm.
sitting out saying love and all this other stuff. And I'm like,
Well, see, but wait, hold on. I swear, if I'm not mistaken, Virginia is the first state that actually had an interracial marriage. So for saying Virginia is for lovers, that actually tracks.
I
Like
guess.
I like if people want to research
Okay,
and
I'll put
call
it
my
this.
bluff, if
If
people
you're
want to
gonna
call my
say that
bluff,
they're the first state for interracial whatever,
marriage, yeah.
yes,
Hmm.
technically, like I want to say about
It's for
as
lovers.
far back as 300 years from the 1800s.
Well,
Virginia was like they had Cape Verdeans here, they had French here, they
mm.
had all them different nationalities. It wasn't until people started seeing money for the slave trade
Well,
that
you know what?
things actually
Like
changed.
well, sometimes like for me, yeah, the way I look at things is okay, you can't hold a person to the flaws that they've made as a baby. You have to
Hmm
allow a level of growth. Like, yeah, I made a mistake as a child, but now that I'm an adult, allow me to at least show that I've learned from my mistakes. So, like, for a lot of states like them,
hmm
it's like, yeah, you know what? Your history, your beginning might have been a little bit sideways, but
Right.
at least you're showing progress and you're showing growth for the better.
I
Rather than so that's just me, and I try to look at things and give people the benefit of the doubt. So and it is what it is. But
I've done that,
I
and that has gotten me in a world of trouble.
mhm.
Giving people the
Yes.
benefit of the doubt has gotten me in a world of trouble.
But one thing I tell my children though is that at the end of the day, the Lord is going to ask me what I did,
Sure.
and I can't be like, well, I did this because they did that to me, and
Oh
and
yeah,
and they made me do this. No,
yeah. You gotta
when
stand
given
on
a
your own.
when given a choice to either take the high road or the low road, what did I choose to do? Now, I don't have a driver's license. That's a whole nother conversation in itself. But when given a choice, taking the high road or the low road, I'll choose to take the high road.
Right. That's what's
You
up.
know, and that's
That's
just
what's
me.
up.
So some people like to go low, and I just have to recognize it for what it is.
Okay. So did you like living, like growing up there?
In New York,
Like all the back and forth between going, did you
yes,
like all of that?
yes, and that's one thing that like I was talking to my sister earlier about was is growing up. I remember like my father in the gold Camaro going from Rhode Island to New York, where we get 92 Pro FM here in Rhode Island, where you get a lot of Hall and Oates, you get Wham, you get motherfucking Cindy Lauper. That's my
Right.
sister's favorite, right? But then when you start to get to New York, now you get WLIB, you get WBLS, you get them stations where now you getting more Caribbean music, you getting more soul, you getting more R&B, like you getting more Aretha Franklin, Al Green, Hal Jackson in the morning on Sundays. Like I loved Hal Jackson. Like like when we was leaving New York, I loved when we would leave at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, where when we're on the road coming up to Rhode Island, we're getting Hal Jackson in the morning and the gospel and the soul music. Because when I come to New England, I don't get none of that shit at all. Like it's barren. Where Rhode Island was more at that time, it was Kicks 106 and 92 Pro FM. And then you get 95.5 WBRU
Every
on
Sunday.
Sundays. Every
Every
Sundays.
Sunday, all
Every
day.
Sundays. And my thing was is I used to miss a lot of that because I was in transport with the Hal Jackson, and by the time I came to Rhode Island, it was, they was playing like New Edition, Al B. Shore,
Hmm.
um, uh, Whitney Houston. It was music, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't the depth of the soul. It was just on
Okay.
the surface. It was like top 40. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, but
So
they still stuck on the 80s. And
yeah,
the,
and then when the 90s came around, it was something different in the 90s. But for
right.
me, it was still like even in the 80s in New York, like my favorite, I loved, absolutely loved DJ, cool DJ Red Alert
Yes. I seen
because
him a few years back.
yo, I absolutely loved this shit where it was like, yo, it feels like
Hello?
right, do you still have me?
Yep, I got you. You froze
So
for a second.
So like when I came back to Rhode Island, I had that energy, but the thing was is Rhode Island was barren for that energy where I felt at that time, all right, a couple of things being from New York. Number one, you don't want to play high post and put yourself out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So coming back to Rhode Island, I'm not fitting to play high post and be like, yo, I'm from New York, and now motherfuckers here trying to play me like, oh, you from New York, and now they want to test me.
Right.
I'm not for that. You know what I mean? So my
Nah, I
thing was
get
is
that.
I had to dull myself down and water myself down to just fit into the vibes. But I'm
It,
like, hey y'all don't know about this breakdancing. Y'all don't know about this graffiti. Y'all don't know about hey yo. But now that I'm older, I'm like, all right, you know what? Life is short, and my kids are growing up the way that they're growing up, and it's
mhm.
like, you know what? I only have X amount of time to show myself to the world and show my energy and show like my mindset. And
Yes.
I have to kind of get over myself and like my little anxieties to actually show my talents.
Well, you are
So,
talented because I did listen to your mixtapes and they was fire. It reminded me of when I was making my little slow jam tapes in high school.
and yo, see, and that's the thing about that's what I love about my mixes is that, okay, cool. Rhode Island radio, it is what it is. No hate, no shade. I absolutely love the DJs growing up. DJ Curdy Cut, rest in peace. DJ Bucket, or aka DJ Buck.
Yeah,
Um, even when they had the radio station at URI with
right.
Lady Ruckus, like I
Shout out to
love
Lady Rut.
Lady Ruck, and I went to high school with her, like at Hope High School,
Yeah, I know.
and my sister like was an upperclassman, and she introduced me to everybody. Where growing up, I didn't get rookied being on
Right,
the track team because like the older classmen knew that that's my sister. If you mess with me, you basically messing with her. Now,
right.
granted, there's some people that are gonna want to test and they got slapped, and I think the
Ex-
statute of limitations already passed on that, so they can't come
I'd
at me
like to
for that.
think so.
Nah, but sometimes it's like
Yeah.
you gotta let them know it's flatbush shit, baby.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I get it. See,
We'll fuck around and find out.
my high school years, I was on the south side,
Mm.
and so I was hanging out with Jamaicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans,
Mm-hmm.
Africans. Now my best homegirl was Corey. Me and her, we was running all the time.
All right.
But I loved the weather and I loved the different cultures I got to meet. But I was always traveling, so I was always into different music.
And if anything, you are army brat, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Nah, nah.
No.
I went to the Air Force, but nah.
Oh, the Air Force.
I'm
Okay, I'm sorry.
Providence all day.
Okay, okay, all right, all right.
But no, I had left. After I graduated, I went to
But
the
but
Air Force.
but you was able to at least travel the world and see the different cultures and
Yes,
see how things operate differently, right?
yes. I will always promote anyone getting a passport and going overseas and checking out anywhere they want to go because
Exactly.
I never imagined this little thuggish, ruggish cutie from Providence was ever going to see more than just the United States.
And that's the thing that like the way that I look at me and my mixes is like, okay, cool. Yeah, I live here in Rhode Island, but I'm not fitting to be Rhode Island famous.
Right.
Like I when I look at the way that my music streams, because the way that I post it, number one, I do it for free.
Okay.
The reason why I do it for free is because number one, I spoke to a couple of artists and they was talking about residuals and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And there was a documentary on mixtapes recently. I believe it was on Hulu or Amazon or one of those streamers. Like
Okay.
I don't get paid to promote them. But um, they was talking about DJ Drama and how he got bagged up for copyright infringement, right? Because he was making money off of other people's music and they wasn't seeing any money on the back end. So my
So,
thing is
okay.
so my thing is okay, cool. You can't come after me if for money if I'm not making any money off of my mixes.
True.
You can't squeeze blood from a stone.
True.
You know, my mother used to say that.
So
So it's
how you?
like
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
no
don't
no no
want.
no no. Well, I'm sorry. Where are we going
We
from?
we got a question from one of our. Hey, what's up, fam? How you doing? That Feeling Podcast Network in the building. What's up, Mac, aka your boy? What's up, Black Mac? What's up? How y'all doing? We got a
Yep.
comment asking, as a DJ, how do you feel about people running around using the DJ in their name, but they're not really DJing like DJ Khaled?
All right. So DJ Khaled. The thing about people don't know what people know about Khaled is what they see right now. The thing I needed to do too was go back and do my history
Hmm.
with at least him. And it was he used to do a lot of mixes. He used to DJ a lot of shows. He's earned the DJ spot. For me, as an individual, to question his methods, no, I'm not
Okay.
gonna do that. I like me, I'm not gonna do that.
Well,
Now, the
not him
only the like now,
specifically.
but the one per I was gonna say something very inflammatory. I was gonna say the one person I was gonna like I really do question is DJ Academic.
Okay.
I'm like I'm like I don't recall any mixes from this guy. Like I could be mistaken. I've been wrong before, and I'm cool to get enlightened,
I
you know. But if anything, like just people using it like DJ name like that, that's cool.
I just used to
It
call them
was,
academics. I never put the DJ on it.
I, sh- academics is more suitable for me. Like
Yeah.
that's palpable for me.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah, because
but
I never saw him as a DJ. I always just called them academics.
he is who he is. You know, he's mixing up social media and he's mixing up his thoughts and things in the world. And if that's what he believes is a DJ, and so be it. Like I've never had a conversation with him. So I'm not going to like shit bag him.
True, true. We don't want no troubles.
Respectfully,
We don't want no
respectfully,
troubles. We are here for peace, love, and harmony.
respectfully,
Right,
because
right.
yeah, I'm not that guy. Like people might only know about me from what they heard of other people, and that's why I kind of like doing interviews because I'm actually able to speak and people can hear my voice and hear what I need to say and what I feel to say in the moment.
Hey, that's what's up. Especially when
Yeah.
it's like I like how we got the free flowing one going instead of like me just asking you a thousand and one questions and then at the end we be like, okay, so what you want to talk about now?
Yeah. Nah. Well, you know what though? Like to follow up on my point earlier, it's like with my music and looking at the way that my music streams, like I got a
Hmm.
lot of spins from other countries and other states. And my thing is like, okay, you know what? That's cool. You know what? I can't remember who said it. I believe it was Prince, but it was like a overnight success takes about 10 years.
That's facts.
So, and all you have to do is just be consistent, be true to yourself, and when the money's on the table, still be true to yourself and
Right.
be able to say no to some things.
Like when the Chappelle thing with him walking away from $10 million, and everybody was like, he crazy.
Oh,
It's like,
I think it was 50 million. But the thing is, okay, you know what? What does that 50 million actually buy me?
right.
So, as much as people like, you know what? He's crazy for it, or is he smoking weed, or he's crazy, or he's retreating to Africa. It's like, you know what? How many?
Uh-oh. You still there? Excuse us for a second. Oh, you good? Oh, no.
Can you hear me now?
I got you. I got you.
Well, what I was saying is how many people actually have the ability to have a conversation with these so-called celebrities, but yet they're willing to comment on their life? It's like,
Facts.
yo,
I was thinking that the
like,
other day.
I don't know these people, so why do I want them to be a puppet to my understanding?
Now, I'll clown all day. I'll
Well,
clown
see,
all day. But
what? Well, see,
actually
ultimately,
trying to explain out somebody else's decisions,
ultimately for me, the way I look at it is like, yo, if that was me, like, how would people talk about me?
true.
Like, how much do they actually talk to me? Like me and you speaking right now, and even after this podcast, I know me and you're gonna have a conversation afterwards. You
Yeah.
know, and it's gonna be a continuing relationship afterwards,
You
in
know it.
regards
You
to.
know it.
But how many people actually have access to me like that? Real talk. Like I'm not a sociable person like my brother or my sister. You know,
Hmm.
I'm a homeboy.
Me too.
You know, like if like we could, I don't really smoke on the streets like that,
Oh
but
no, I gotta be home.
yeah, like I'm smoking at home. You
Right.
know, so
I
it's
don't even
like,
like drinking when I'm out unless I'm with like my family, like Al
eggs.
Boogie, Gigi. When I'm with them, then that's different.
Hey,
That's family. But
if anything, the only two people I go out to drink with is my main man. Well, three people. My main man, Al Green the third, Daryl Marsh, and my uncle Kurt.
oh
My
word, Daryl, we went to school together. We went to classical together.
Daryl Marsh is my homeboy.
Oh,
Shout
for
out to Daryl
real.
Marsh,
What's up,
aka
Daryl? How you
DJ
doing?
Caveman. Hey, the way that me and him met, that's a legendary story in itself. That's something that we have to talk off of.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hey, that's
It's
a
one of
part of
them
the
offline
continuing
conversations.
Nah, I mean, gotta
I
keep the
got you.
mystique. Gotta keep the mystique.
You're silly.
Yeah.
So when did you start putting out your CDs and stuff?
Um, Weirdly, it was a long time ago, but I wasn't really advertising and pushing it as hard.
Hmm.
And the weird thing is when I was doing I can't remember officially when it was, but I knew it was like the early 2000s.
Okay.
So the way I was doing it back then, I was doing like every 2 weeks, but I was burning myself out.
Right.
And then it got to a point where I just stopped for about like 3 or 4 years or 5 years maybe.
Hmm.
And then when I started again, like I found that there was a clip online from that TV show American Dad.
Yeah.
and on like they had a DJ Ironmonkey on
Oh,
the
did
show.
they?
Yeah,
That's what's
and
up.
I'm like, wait, hold up. If my timing is not wrong, these motherfuckers end up coming up with the shit for DJ Iron Monkey after I actually came out with a couple of mixes locally. Now, the creator of American Dad went to RISD.
Right.
It's very possible he came to the Black Rep when I was working at the Black Rep, and I was DJing as DJ Iron Monkey, like for the
Mm-hmm.
after hours. Like that was the weird thing I used to do. Was I was working at the Black Rep at the time. When it was on well, I worked on both sides on Washington Street and when they moved to Matthewson or whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm. I haven't
Um,
lived in Rhode Island in 28 years, so I couldn't tell you.
so what happened is I was a bar back when they moved from Washington Street to the new spot, like the bigger
Mm-hmm.
spot. And at the end of the night, after I used to mop the floors, take out the trash, restock the bars and everything, I used to DJ the after party,
Okay.
right? Close up all the curtains, and then I used to DJ for about like 45 minutes to an hour, right?
That's a pretty good set.
And so it's highly possible that that person was there while I was DJing and then used the name DJ Iron Monkey for their TV show. So I'm like, all right, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna use this sound clip, and if they come after me, we can have a conversation.
True.
So I'm gonna keep using this clip. Hey, look, it's DJ Iron Monkey, and I'm gonna keep using that clip to the point where I might trademark it and put it on a T-shirt, put it on a hoodie, right, a Scully, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
face mask, whatever it is, to the point where they would want to have a conversation with me, and then we can have that conversation at that point. But you know, it is what it is, and I find it very funny with that. But when I do my mixes now, I try to do them every other month, and I try to have different themes. Like when my mother was alive, she wanted me to do a gospel mix.
Okay.
So I did a gospel mix for her, and she was like, "All right, I understand what you was doing. It's different. It's gospel, and because it's from you, I love it." And I was like, "All right, you know what? That's the little win that I need to do other little mixes." So I end up doing like a reggae mix, which I'm really not like. I love reggae music and I grew up on it, but I did that for my uncle Kurt. Um, I did like some old school like mixes for like boom boxes. Like
Mm-hmm.
remember growing up in the '80s, every summer going to Brooklyn. Well, my grandmother lived in Harlem. Then we used to take the train to go to Canarsie to go visit my family out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just like listening to music, seeing the break dances, and just feeling the vibe on the train. So I did a mix for that. So it's like I try to fill the void and just be a moving spirit with my mixes.
That's what's
You know,
up. Because I know this last one I heard, it was like a slow jam type one.
well, all right. So the last one I did was to step into my office. The original concept was is for me to do a mix for stepping.
Mm-hmm.
When I say stepping, the first song that comes to people's mind is R. Kelly's "Step in
Step
the
in the
Name of
name of
Love."
love.
Now, that song is kind of taboo. That artist is kind of taboo. I have to respect the landscape. I don't
I'm
want to
still dancing
ruffle.
to it. Shoot, I still got my CDs. Bump that. I done paid my money.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. You paid for it. You own it. Rock that shit. At like that's vintage. You know what that's like? You know that's like I shouldn't say it, but there's a market. No, but there's a market for like Nazi shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say R. Kelly's in that vein of things, but there's
Yeah,
a market for that. You know,
yeah,
you probably paid $15 for that CD. Somebody's probably fitting to pay 500. Know what I mean?
yeah.
When times is tough, hey, R. Kelly, you gotta go. Peace.
Oh well.
Hey, it was nice knowing you. We had some good times. But that 500 is sweet.
All right,
Oh
we got
man.
another question from
Right.
what's up, Charlene Waters, aka what's up, Ma? How you doing? Love you. Mwah. She's asking she says she'd love to hear your work. How can she make that happen? So,
All right.
shout out your link or whatever right now if
Uh,
you want.
all right. So I believe the actual link is Podomatic, which is Podomaz in Mary, AT as in Tom, IC as in.
Uh-oh, you froze. How
Did I break?
you froze. So how about this? You send me the link and I'll go ahead and I'll post it as a reply in the comments, either during the show or after the show. That way it'll be out there.
All right.
Got you. I
Because
got you.
well, no, because if anything, like I have to double check because I believe I released a mix and I didn't put that it had like adult content
Mm-hmm.
and I think Spotify like flagged me and took me off. I know that you know
Copywriting. Yeah. No,
well
explicit
no
lyrics. That's it.
yeah no
Explicit
like I
lyrics.
it was just mislabeling and that was my fault and I think
Okay.
like it was one strike and you're out with them so I might
Oh,
have to call them but I know Google Play um Apple Play should have it like I have to double check them but I'll send you the link and
all
we'll do
right.
it from there.
All right, so we got another question. What's up, Black Mac? How you doing? What's up, fam? That Feeling Podcast Network in the house all day, every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Question is, do you look for artists to potentially feature, or do you try to keep content artists in your repertoire? Current artists, excuse me, in your repertoire.
That's actually a great question. Um, Ironically, the way that I do it is like I'll have an artist and like I'll get suggestions and I'll go through suggestions. On my
Mm-hmm.
mixes, I'll probably have like 200 songs and I have to boil it down to about like 23.
Right.
But the thing is what the question is like artists like SZA,
Mm-hmm.
artists like her, um, Black, which is spelled with a six, where people call him Six Lack, but it's
Uh-huh.
Black. Um, there's a couple of other artists. Anderson Pack, which is a birthday twin of mine, February 8th. Shout out
Uh-oh.
Aquarius. But like um Kylie you damn, how do you spell her last name? Uchis. Either way. But there's a bunch of artists that like I found and I like the music, even though
Mm-hmm.
like they might not be like the Beyonces or the
Oh,
Mary
I'm
J.
not part of the
Blige.
Beehive and all that.
No, no, no,
I
no,
just
no.
like
But
music.
see, No, but see, it might not be like the Rihannas or
Okay.
like you know like
The mainstream.
the mainstream people. Exactly. My thing is I'm not fitting to break an artist. I'm just trying to feature good music.
Right.
So if I end up breaking an artist or like start featuring them a little bit more, for me, yes, I tend to tackle well because like people like Lucky Day, um, what's her name, Chloe Soul,
Well, I'm gonna have to
um,
start writing all these down because I don't know none of these people.
oh, they're all on my mixes. But you see, the thing is like they're not popular names, but when you listen to the music,
Right.
it's like,
It's
I the vibe is nice. You know, Maya Hawthorne was another one. He's a white dude, but like I love his funky vibes.
hey.
And it's a live band. Like Bad Bad No Good is another great band. Like my thing is again, like I was saying earlier, going from Rhode Island where I have the 92 Pro FMs where I'm getting the Hall and Oates, I'm
You're
getting the
right.
Cindy Lauper's, and then I'm going to New York and then I'm getting the Al Greens, I'm getting the Aretha Franklin's, I'm getting the deep cuts. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like that change of vibe for me, it's like, okay, I could find the funky cuts of Cat Stevenson, and
Mm-hmm.
I find a funky cut of a 45 King, rest in peace, you know, and put it in my mix and make it blend where everybody could feel the vibe. Where it's
Oh,
not just
okay.
about Rhode Island. Like I'm getting spins in Kansas and I'm getting spins in San Diego
Hey,
and
that's what's up.
India and Ireland and like it, for me, as long as the vibe is there, it's like dropping a pebble in a pond. The ripples is fitting to happen, you know,
Right.
and it's I'm just fitting now to get over myself and get over my little anxieties of things. And people playing me like, oh, you from New York, you think you all that, and trying to
That's
like
because they insecure.
and basically bullying me to water down myself. No, I'm fitting to just throw my stone in the pond and see if I can skip a stone.
The range of artists you named is insane, by the way. That's coming from Black Mac. What's up?
Uh, nah, again, like I like good music, so even when I do like old school music, like I'm running across like what was it? It was 60s Japanese funk, oh jazz, uh, like that Japanese 60s jazz, even Polish jazz in the 60s is weird. Like producers that I like are like Madlib. I love the Alchemist, um, Conductor. Like some producers, the reason why I love them is what they use as their source material.
Okay.
So I look at the stems and the source material, and then even though I might not do a mix, like I might have something private for myself for my little smoke sessions on Sunday mornings, where
Yes.
I wake up early, you know, clean up the house, light some incense, light some, frankincense, and
Candles.
just, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I watch Meet the Press and just chill and be regular because I know Monday I gotta go to work. You know,
Yeah, that's
I'm an
tough.
adult now. Like I'm an adult now. Like
You got an
not
adult.
not not having to do something is actually a bonus as an adult.
It's a luxury.
Yeah. What used to be a punishment as a child is now something we
Right.
seek for as an adult. Yo, I want a timeout.
Those naps, shoot.
Oh,
You
I
want
want a
me to
nap.
take a nap? Okay.
Hell fucking yeah.
You
I'm
better tell me
40.
how long. Mess around and I'll be taking a nap until it's time to get off.
Hell fucking yeah. Hey, I got an hour lunch break. This is where I break it down. Okay. I eat for 10 minutes. I'll probably watch videos and go through some music for like 10, and then bang, I'll take the rest for a nap.
Hey, gotta get it in any way you can as long as you ain't late.
Nah, because like my cycle is I'm early morning and late nights. So I'm up late, but I'm still up early in the morning. Like if I wake up at 8 o'clock, that's late for me.
I
You
just
know what I
want to
mean?
back it up just for a second. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Um, are you talking about Hiroshi Suzuki?
Yes. 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 That's the artist. That's the artist. Oh, I love him. The album Cat, I believe it is. That's the album I love. Love, 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 love.
I'm gonna have to go
Yo.
check this out.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Nah, the cover is I can't remember if it's left or right, but he's basically has like shades on,
Hmm.
and it's like not cream or like a off white, but he's like looking off. That I love that record.
I definitely gotta go check it out because I just got a fam. Hell yeah on that.
Nah, and if anything, like I remember there was a time when I was actually getting records, like those albums. Like I had
Hmm.
that one on order, but things happen, and uh, you know
Yeah,
I
stuff.
had to give, I had to sacrifice my turntable for
Yeah.
some peace of mind.
Now,
I don't I don't want to badmouth the
do
situation
you like the new way of DJing?
in regards to like pressing buttons.
Yeah. Or do you still like the album
Carrying the
feel?
crates.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to big shout outs to DJ Lefty, number one,
Yes.
because
DJ
DJ
Lefty, what's
Lefty,
up?
because he does the 45s, right?
Oh, okay.
So DJ Lefty, he loves doing his 45s. Like I love his blends and his mixes on his 45s. And like the
Uh-oh. He'll be back in a second. We just chilling over here. What's up?
I
DJ
I
Lefty,
I
45s.
so the thing I love about DJ Lefty is number one, my sister and his sister, Susan, are
Mm-hmm.
great friends.
Uh-oh.
Anytime my sister wanted to go over to a friend's house, take your brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my sister always used to take me over to her friend Susan's house, which was Lefty's house.
Right.
So, oh, go hang out with him, go hang out with him. So I used to was forced to go hang out with him, and I would watch cartoons, and you know, and he would just go and do his thing, and I'm like, all right, cool, I want to go home, I'm ready, and I would just be an asshole, so that way my sister would be like, all right, come on, let's go home. But growing up, he was the DJ at my middle school dance at Nathan Bishop. At,
Yes. I
he
went to
was the
Bishop.
he was the DJ
I know
at
Lefty.
yeah, like, and this is the weird thing. Growing up, people say what they want to say about music nowadays. Alright, cool. But them DJs was playing Doodoo Brown at my middle school dance. Yo, and it wasn't the short 3 minute, it was the
I
full
know. I
length
Want to Rock
version
was
of
like a
Doodoo.
6, 7 minute song.
Woo!
Right.
I wanna rock,
You
I
put
wanna
that
rock, I
on
wanna
now,
rock, I
that's a
wanna rock, I
whole
wanna rock.
workout.
Oh man, listen, I'm 44. Listen, I gotta stretch before. I'm like, yo, you need to give me a warning before you play this song. I
I
gotta
tried. I was
stretch.
like, ooh, got a cramp. I was like, oh.
Mm-mm. Nah. I
And
don't
I'll
want to
be
rock.
48.
I
So
don't want to rock. I don't want to rock.
I can't rock
Yeah,
anymore.
nah,
Not
nope,
like that.
not like that. Nah, son.
Like, where's my inhaler?
Shucks. Where's that CBD oil?
Something. Can I get something to rub down these knees? Where that icy hot
Uh,
at?
yeah,
His
man.
back hurt.
I'm not as young as I was yesterday.
Right.
A real talk. But nah, like, and that's the thing. Like, that's one of the mixes that I was kind of thinking about doing was like a go-go mix because I know a lot of people from DC and the
Hmm.
DMV area, like,
I know.
Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia, the DMV.
DMV, that's DC, Maryland, and VA.
Oh, it's not Delaware, it's
Nah,
DC.
yeah.
Oh, because if anything, like I told myself, like if I was to move out of Rhode Island, where would I move? I was thinking about the DMV area. Delaware was not an option. I didn't know it was
Well,
DC.
if you like traffic, go right on
Nah,
ahead.
nah. If anything, like I was more fitting for Virginia, but then my like Daryl, he's been kind of talking to me into Detroit, and
Oh, see,
like taking my talents out to Detroit.
I
But
don't know nothing about Michigan.
nah, I know it's cold as shit.
I know they
That
got some fucked up water. That's it.
yeah, about that, yeah. Hmm. Hey, I gotta get my water budget up first. So I'll save my shit from now.
Start shipping yourself some cases.
So I'm telling people from early. Listen, this Christmas, yeah, it might be a song by George Michael, but yeah, this Christmas might not be that good.
Hey.
Hey, you should be glad with a Facebook post.
Not even a phone call or a text message, a post.
Nah, nah.
You know that was for you too. Why you
A fa-
tripping?
you got that? Hey, you got that Facebook post straight to you. Merry Christmas. Don't expect a gift.
Too funny.
Hey,
Like,
what do
fuck
you
them
want from me?
kids.
Yeah, yeah, fuck them kids. Hell yeah. They grown now.
Oh,
They ain't
see, I
caught.
got a 26 and a 10-year-old.
I got what's it? 22, 21, and 14.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they all hate me.
Oh, Lord, they don't hate you.
Well, nah, it's the natural progression of things, and I'm like, all right, you know what? They have to go through the phase where they have to buck against me and say, "Well, Dad, you didn't do this, and Dad, you didn't do that." Like, you know what? You're right. I didn't do any of those things, but in due time, you'll see the things that I actually did do.
Right.
So I'll let you go through that phase, and I'll still be here on the other side.
That's what's
You
up.
know,
That's what's up.
so
No, I've
so
been
that's
I've been in Hampton 18 years now.
Hampton, really,
Hmm.
really. You know what though? Offline, we'll have the conversation
All right, I got you.
about Virginia because again, I Rhode Island is nice, and I feel like in the season in my life now, I feel like I have to grow. And one thing that I had asked an old girlfriend when I was a junior and she was a senior. She was about to go off to college. And I had asked her, I'm like, you know what? You're at the crossroads now. Do you want to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond? And, she made her choice and I still love her. I still have love for her
Hmm.
in her decisions. So
Hey,
I'm
everybody
at that
makes their
I'm
own
at
choice.
and I'm at that crossroads where, do I want to be a big fish in a small pond or small fish in a big pond.
Right.
There's room for growth
I
in a
have
small
plenty of
in a
room for
big pond.
growth. I know that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Especially when you go more internal than external.
True,
You
true.
know. Yes, indeed.
So, like, I know you put a lot of focus and heart and soul in your mixtapes.
Yes.
But like at that moment when you're making it,
Hmm.
depend. I know it depends on the genre. Um, what is your? Uh, how do you feel? Like, what is your
Thought
energy?
process.
I guess.
Well, see the way that like I kind of do it, and I don't want to really give up too much of my secret sauce,
True.
because it's proprietary information, and
We don't want. We don't want no trouble.
no, no, no. I have to keep a mystique. I have to keep
Right.
a
That's what
mystique.
I'm saying. I don't want no trouble. You keep whatever you
Yeah,
gotta keep to yourself and just say,
yeah. Well, see, like first off, it's like, all right, I'll I'll get a bunch of music. Like I said, I'll probably get like 200 songs, and then from the 200 songs, like I don't drive, so I take public transportation. The
mm,
thing I like about that, and the way that is serviceable for me, is that on the bus I can listen to music. Waiting
true.
for the bus, I can listen to music. Like I don't have to focus on the road. I don't have to worry about traffic. I don't have to worry about parking. Like I don't have to worry about any of that shit. Like
Mm,
I could just listen to music. Um, I'll skip through songs. Like I'll scan through them, and then I'm like, I like this song, and you know what? It could go with this kind of vibe. The thing then is then, and the tough part is then picking a theme.
okay.
It's like then picking a theme is it makes it easier for me to cut the music. Then it's to find skits to supplement the theme and the music. And then
Okay.
it's how am I gonna um layer the music. But then it's not just that. Really and truly, it always starts, which I should have said at the beginning. I kind of write out a story in my mind. It's
Hmm.
kind of like a screenplay, and the music is the soundtrack to my screenplay.
Okay.
So if I had, with one of my mixes going way back, is Milk Baths and Exotics, where it was more slow music. Like volume one was more modern music, volume two was more like 90s with Jodeci
Oh, okay.
and H Town and intro.
My high school
Um
kids.
know what I mean? Know what I mean? Like that's where a lot of babies were made during that era.
Right.
So like with that was is I was writing a story about like it's the fall time, you want to relax and you want to take like have a home spa experience. And in the home spa experience, it's going to be you have a milk bath for yourself and you're smoking exotics, you know?
Okay. Okay.
My ex used to tell me like
You there? I think you froze again. Oh,
yes.
yeah, you
Yeah.
froze. Yeah, it froze again.
But with an X at the moment, I don't know about that milk baths and exotics because of Whitney Houston. I'm like, I don't know what she was on. I not on that time. I'm
Right.
I'm gonna avoid trying to play her music during this mix out of respect, you know. But
Mm,
like I try to write out stories, and for me, it's like it might be milk bath and exotics, but then it's be like space exploration, which is one of my favorite themes, and then it's just regular day things. Like my last mix was is coming to step into my office, which was kind of like more stepping music.
Hmm.
and for people to like dance and catch the vibe.
That's me all day. I love dancing. I
Yeah,
might be
because
a chair dancer now.
well, no, because like step into my office, it was my last mix. The one before that, it was a house mix.
Oh, I love house music.
Yeah, so like the
It,
new one that I'm working on now uh is tentatively titled Turkey Leg Two Step. And
interesting.
the idea about that one is the concept is all right, and the way that I'm drawing it out in my mind is it's Thanksgiving. I'm in the kitchen with my family. What's the music that we're listening to? What are we dancing to? What are we having a good time to while we're in the
Okay.
kitchen cooking?
Okay.
So like my new mix is basically set on that theme and that premise of being in the kitchen with my family and cooking. You
That's
know,
what's up.
now without getting too emotional, without my mother being here or my grandmother, I remember where I was in the kitchen with them and they gave me responsibilities
Hmm.
to do. And there was a moment where they were like, you know what, this Thanksgiving, you do everything, you do the mains, and we'll do the sides. Like
Right.
you be Gladys Knight and we be the Pips. Know what I mean?
Okay.
And so having that honor bestowed upon me, it's like this mix, I want to have it where it honors that that essence, you know, so
Okay.
that way it's shareable for not even just Thanksgiving, just it could be Sunday dinner. And just, well, in my mind, when I also do my mixes, this kind of subtext is to them because the concept of getting into the kitchen, dance with your family is also black families overall really don't sit at the dinner table and eat anymore as a
No, they
family.
don't. No,
We
they
really
don't.
don't. So it's like Thanksgiving is really that moment. It's like black families a lot of times don't go to church unless it's Easter.
Hmm.
Know what I mean?
Hmm.
Know what I mean?
I know.
So real talk. So it is what it is, but like the subtext of it all is like when you're cooking in the kitchen, yeah, now you're gonna want to sit down and eat and then actually have a conversation with each other. You might not agree, but you have to accept for what's being told to you and the fact that they're willing to say these things to you.
Hmm.
And that's the thing that I've learned with my kids, where they've told me some things, and rather than hearing them for what they're telling me, oh no, I'll respond, no, 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 you're wrong. And I'm overbearing.
Mm.
And this is a part of growing up, you know?
True.
Gotta learn
True.
from
A
our
lot of people
mistakes.
say I was too hard on the first one, and I ain't hard enough on the second one. Like I'm
Nah,
old. I ain't got no thing. Ain't nobody got time to be.
nah. I was very
Whew.
easy on the first one. I was harder on the second one. The third one,
Oh, there ain't
I
no
was
three.
easy. I was easy, but when I became hard, then it's like, why are you talking to me like that? I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, no.
But
Mm-mm.
patience, prayers, and persistence. That's my mantra. Anything is possible.
I hold my breath, and after I say something, and I think I'm about to say something that's gonna cut somebody, I just suck it, walk out the room for a second, then come back.
Hey, self awareness goes a long
I've
way.
been known to slice and dice, so yeah,
Hey,
be trying
eh,
to just suck it in.
note to self. Kim likes to cut people.
Hey,
That's a whole
I'm a
nother offline conversation.
Sagittarius. My birthday November 30th.
Oh,
We
Sagittarius.
gonna both be surprised at what come out of this mouth.
Well, you know what? My sister's a Sagittarius. She's December 18th. So
Oh, okay.
she,
Yeah.
but you're November. She's in December. So I don't know the difference. But either way, as time goes on, it's not about the sign. It's about you as a person.
True, true.
You know.
But
So
yeah, I've been known to slice and dice them. And it don't be
nope.
on purpose. It's just that's what came out. Well,
The
I can't
honest,
I can't help how it came out. That's just how it came out.
honestly, yeah. Nah, my sister's like that too, and I respect it. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool because that makes sure that I'm not half stepping. And that's why you keep people like that in like in your orbit to make sure that you don't half step. And when they call you out, it's not about you being soft and why are you talking to me like no, you just step up. Don't half step. So ain't nobody gonna chin check you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're old school. So like nowadays all these sensitive thugs, they need hugs.
Sensitive thugs. Oh, those
Oh
words don't even sound right together.
nah, cause yo, they're big mad. And they're angry and they want to be heard. Like
Angry over what?
they just need a hug. That's all it is. We now because honestly, sometimes we get caught up working and paying bills and making sure we stay afloat. Sometimes we don't take a time out and actually hug our kids.
Oh, please. I hug my kids every day and give them kisses.
Oh,
Well, I
oh,
don't kiss the older one because, he's older now.
no, I do. And they're like, oh, dad, this is weird. I'm like, you're making it weird. Like, let me just love you in the moment. Like, nobody's promised tomorrow. Like, the fuck you think it is? You know
No,
what I mean?
my
Ain't
kids will
nobody.
look at me like, "What's your problem? Why you ain't give me no hug?" Or else I'll say that to them. Excuse me, where
Yep.
my hug at? Where my kiss at? I don't play that.
Hmm.
Give me my lovins.
Yep. Yes.
I need my lovins.
But a lot of these youngins, it seems like they lack the hug, just a general hug.
I'm a
And
hugger.
hey, I might try to hug them, and they're like, hey, yeah, creep, what are you doing? You're weird. Like,
What you
the
need to
fuck you
do is
bad
be
for?
like that white dude and write the sign with a blindfold saying, "Please hug me" or whatever. Stand
Nah,
out in Kennedy Plaza.
nah, because he might have a van down by the river. You want to
Oh
be careful
no,
of them. You
we
want
don't
to,
need
you want to,
that.
yeah, you want to be careful of them creepers too. I
Mm-mm.
mean, uh, I'm like, you know what? I see you, I hear you, but you need a hug. Not from me, from somebody else. My,
Like, who
nah, don't.
hurt you?
Yeah, yeah. Who hurt you? Yeah. And then when they get over aggressive, and then you have to hit them with a sock. Be like, homie, don't play that.
I'm punching them in the throat.
Well,
Shut your mouth.
the, well, we have to be careful that we're talking about it because you get more time for premeditation. So we can't tell a
True,
crap.
true, true, true. Plausible deniability. Plausible deniability. I
Yeah, yeah,
get it.
exactly. Yeah. If anything, one thing I would probably say is that outside of as minorities how we don't eat at the dinner table, another thing I would probably say to look on my little soapbox is that it's our civic duty to actually be on jury duty. Like I had to serve jury duty recently, and it's stressful. But listen, a lot of these people look at minorities as guilty, and the burden of proof is on you to prove that you're innocent. No, you're
Oh,
innocent
yeah.
until proven guilty. And the burden of proof is on the state or whomever is bringing the case against you to prove that you're guilty. But there's a lot of people that look at minorities off rip as being guilty.
Hmm.
Being on the jury and having your voice heard is like voting.
I think you. I think you got stuck for a second.
Ah,
There you go.
yeah, but I was saying, like, you actually have an impact on the individual's life. Even though you might not be a part of sentencing and they can always appeal, but you could actually be a voice of reason. And being there, a couple of people actually came up to me while we're in deliberation and said that I actually flipped their thinking when they had to step away from it over the weekend. They're like, I didn't look at it like that. The way I saw it was X, Y, and Z, but the way that you presented it was I didn't see it that way without getting to the weeds of the case.
See,
But
not with the illegal stuff, but just in life general. That's like the
in
concept
life,
of my podcast. Just want to be
yeah,
able to give you a different perspective, give you that friendship, give you that outlet.
yeah,
So
and
it's
and, and I totally appreciate you. That's why I said up from Jump Street, like,
hey,
we're gonna have a conversation after offline, and it's gonna be a continuing
hey,
relationship. And
that's what's up.
I
That's
mean,
what's up. I don't even know how long we've been on, but I know I probably need to go on and wrap the show part up. So anything you want to say, anyone you want to shout out?
number one, I will shout out to you for
Oh,
number
thank
one
you.
reaching out to me and offering me the platform to at least, you know, take a breath of fresh air and air things out in a peaceful manner and let people see that who I am and how they could possibly reach out to me outside of this podcast. But then also big shout out to my father. Big shout out to my mother. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to my grandmother as well. But to
Rest
my
in
brother and
peace.
my sister, I love my brother and my sister.
Like,
Like they're my strengths. Like they're my backbones. And
that's what's
shout
up.
out to my children, Marcel, Samia, Olivia. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Um, my uncle Kurt. Um, it feels like the time is running out. Who
No,
else?
it's
Who else?
like
The the
that
Grammys. They
dude in
playing
the
the
back of the
music.
class in second grade.
Ayo, Daryl. Ayo, Daryl Marsh. Ayo, shout out to Daryl Marsh. I didn't forget you, my guy. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Um, Lady Ruck. Ayo, I love you, Lefty. I shout you out earlier. Fred the Great. DJ Perseus. You my guy. You know what it is.
You
Um,
silly.
ooh, ah, I don't know what else.
You're always welcome to come back up. You are silly. I'm very appreciative that you were so receptive immediately on wanting to come on here and share who you are as DJ Ironmonkey and as who you are yourself on my platform, because you really have bridged a gap that I would love to have bridged. So I'm glad you was able to help me do that, because
Thank you.
it's much appreciated.
And like I have to get over my personal anxieties, and doing this podcast helps me out because I'm fitting to do more actual live performances in the new year. So
Oh, that's what's up. So I'm glad
uh,
we can help. I'm glad we can help. You gotta have to keep working on that one.
it patches.
Oh, hey, Patches, deuces.
Come on,
No,
get out of here.
so this your girl Kim with the patio with Kim. We gonna go ahead and sign off. I just want to give a big shout out to my network, That Feeling Podcast Network, the United States Department of Nerds, USDN, Queens of Nerdum, No Gimmicks Podcast, Real Food, The Salute, The Smoke Pit, and Prove Me Wrong. Yo, what's up, fellas? Hey, fam, what's up, ladies? Appreciate y'all all tuning in. Till the next time, peace.
Peace.
your ass was asleep.